Why did it have to be No Ceilings? I mean, Sorry for the Wait 2, it wasn't a great mixtape, but at least didn't ruin the reputation of the earlier Sorry for the Wait. That wasn't all that great either. This is, if this mixtape tanks, then we have a reputation of the No Ceilings going down the toilet. The first one was just so good. Wayne was just rapping over other people's music, and he actually did almost a better job of it too. It just was that great. So it's not necessarily to say he's not capable of doing that on this mixtape, it's more so just to say, if he messes it up, then we're gonna have a big problem here. And let's face it, I mean, we've gotten some points where Wayne's shine through, like on Smuckers by Tyler, the Creator, or M's by A$AP Rocky, where he's given us some good verses, but when it's come time to put his own work into it in these earlier days of his career, he just can't seem to pull it off. I'm happy that Wayne's able to go down in history as a legend. If he died today, he would definitely be someone that everyone would remember for making amazing music, and he still has classic albums under his belt. However, in this new stage in his career, I just wish he would create new material, which he is, but create it in a sense of naming it something entirely different than relating it back to his earlier work, to give us even the slightest hope that it's going to be worth listening to if it doesn't come down to be that. But considering the fact that No Ceilings is one of his highest critically acclaimed mixtapes of all time, and he's had a few up there too, he may actually come through here. Maybe he's calling this one's No Ceilings 2 to state the fact that he's putting in 100% effort back into his mixtape game again. And hey, that's enough falsy effort to get me to listen to it, so, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I am going to listen to No Ceilings 2 by Lil Wayne, and then afterwards I am going to tell you guys just how I feel about it. Okay, we need to talk. I could rant about how horrible of a mixtape this is. Trust me, it is terrible. And I could probably entertain you with all the humor of me raging out against this mixtape. But I honestly think there is a more serious matter that needs to be addressed in this current situation. Does Wayne really think that he doesn't have to try anymore? Sure, he's gonna get millions of downloads for this, and it'll probably go up in the celebrated mixtapes on DatPiff, but it's not necessarily a good thing. So the Dedication 4 is up there, it's one of the top 10. That does not mean it's good by any means. But my biggest gripe with this mixtape is the fact that Wayne doesn't even sound like he cares anymore. Sure, you can go ahead and say I'm Not a Human Being 2, and on Dedication 4, and on Sorry for the Wait 2, all those stuff. He sounded like he didn't care, but at least it sounded like he had the nerve to at least give us something decent. And by decent, I mean it sounded like he was having fun with it, okay? We get a shit ton of songs like No Worries and Rich as Fuck, all those kind of songs that were pretty bad, but at least they sounded like Wayne, he knew they were bad, and he was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna rap about pussy. And we're like, Wayne, you're shitting all over your career. But we understood where he was coming from. He was making this music effortlessly. On this mixtape, it honestly sounds like he isn't even trying to joke around anymore. He isn't talking about pussy jokes. He's not even talking, he doesn't have any good lines. He doesn't have good flow, good delivery. Let's take this and relate it back to No Ceilings. One of the best mixtapes. For me, it's my favorite mixtape of Lil Wayne. He honestly sounded like he could rap and give us such good similes and metaphors effortlessly, like he was freestyling. And he would literally kill tracks like Death of Autotune. He worked in that Jay-Z line so well. I loved that track. He made Poker Face an actually listenable track. Honestly, Lil Wayne could kill shit back in the day, and the fact that he has the nerve to call this one No Ceilings 2 and half-ass this bullshit? This is honestly a serious problem. Just by calling this mixtape No Ceilings 2, you think we're automatically going to download it? I'll admit, I downloaded this mixtape, but that was mostly for the fact of easy access so I could listen to it. I listened to this whole thing, wrote down some notes, listened to it again. After that, it's gone. It is off my iTunes, because I don't support this bullshit. Guys, I found I'm Not a Human Being 2 at a kind of half-off store, and I got it for like $5. I'm like, fine. I'm Not a Human Being 2 is on my iPod, the full album. I don't support that bullshit, not by any means, but it's like, at least I can put it on when somebody's joking around to it. Like, my cousin and I have an inside joke with Rich as Fuck. We just, we like doing that high wheezy voice and saying those stupid-ass lines to each other. It's just a thing we have. At least it's jokeable, laughable music that I don't have a huge issue with it being on my iTunes, considering it's just a collector's thing. I don't want this bullshit anywhere near my iTunes, because it isn't even trying to be music. The biggest elephant in the room with this thing is the fact that Wayne doesn't give a shit what he's saying. He is so lazy on this tape, it hurts. I mean, let's literally forget the minute that he's using so much reverb and auto-tune, that he's shitting all over songs like My Name Is by Eminem, and he actually doesn't. He's making these weak-ass lines that are just terrible. And he's also reusing lines, too. He had that, like, dick like a serpent. I picked up on so many lines that he had used already in the past. It hurt. It honestly hurt to listen to this mixtape. And I don't necessarily mind Wayne's crooning, like on the track I'm Single off his I'm Not a Human Being, and it also made an appearance on his new No Ceilings tape. I don't mind his crooning, but he's even half-assing his crooning, like on the Hotline Bling or White Iverson. Oh my Christ, it sounded terrible. I've always been one to see good in Wayne. People did not like Sorry for the Wait 2. They thought it was terrible. I'm like, yeah, it's not that good of a mixtape, and I don't condone this kind of Wayne, but you know what? I don't mind shit, and I didn't mind Selsun Blue. I didn't mind Trap House. They're at least listenable. Like, yeah, like the songs he did No Type, and I thought that was horrendous. But still, this mixtape, I'm serious, guys. This is a serious issue, because the problem here is that Wayne thinks he can call this he can name it after a classic mixtape that he had, and he doesn't have to try as hard. Yes, No Ceilings was just him freestyling and all that jazz, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's no thought put into it. On No Ceilings, it sounded like he cared what his verses were about. He had a moment to process what he was going to rap about, and then freestyled it, and made sure the production he was going over, he had good flow with it. On these, he's even remixing some of the songs like Jumpman, and it sounds like shit. That's another thing, too! On No Ceilings, he varietized the songs he picked and even threw in his own songs. He took Jay-Z's song, he took Kid Cudi's song, he took a Black Eyed Peas song, and that kind of turned out bad, but it wasn't nearly as bad as any of these songs. On this mixtape, he took almost half the songs from What a Time to Be Alive, and then 2 other songs from Drake. It's like, do you even varietize what you're doing anymore? Well, I mean, that's not even the main issue. Like, fuck variation. The main problem is you don't care about this mixtape. So, okay, calmly what I'm trying to get at here, without working myself up, it's the fact that Lil Wayne used to be fucking awesome. I actually own a CD version of No Ceilings upstairs because I appreciated that mixtape so much that I was willing to spend. It was only like $7, but still, I was willing to spend that on a mixtape I could have easily downloaded for free because I wanted a physical copy of Wayne's best mixtape, to me, body of work, and I was really proud of owning it. Mixtapes are worth buying if you're actually proud of them, okay? I was proud that I had that because it's a good-ass mixtape. Wayne is literally, it's like he's effortlessly destroying music, and it sounds great. I'm sorry, it's just, there's a fair amount of people that say they're fed up with this same old Wayne shit, but to me, in the past, he wasn't nearly as bad as this. He talked about something, even if it was dumb pussy lines, or if it was just really high-pitched vocals, like on Sorry for the Wait 2. I didn't mind it all that much. Wayne, what is this? I'm giving up on you. I'm borderline giving up on you, okay? Because at least in your shittier times, these newer music, I could find something I liked. On here, there's some okay flows, times where you're not using as much auto-tune, but overall, Wayne, this whole mixtape is just horrendous. I honestly, this is the 3rd project you've dropped this year, regardless of 1 was technically an album and 2 were technical mixtapes. Regardless of the amount of projects you're dropping, you're not invincible anymore. You're tipping on a scale, and for most people, you've fallen off. Most people just hate you now. I am borderline hating you, but there is so much to hold on to, your mixtapes, your albums, that I don't want to hate you like this. But there needs to be a change, okay? You need to actually care about the music you make. This mixtape is just so long, and it's just so little to offer. It is completely not worth wasting space on your iTunes or anything. Like I said, downloaded it but ditched it as soon as I heard it the first time. It's just that bad. To me, this is worse than any other shit mixtape or shit album he's done because there's so much auto-tune and reverb that he is coding it in his whole voice. Like, I could withstand a future project, but this is just horrendous. So, I mean, way too much reverb and auto-tune. Wayne's flow is just, it's not even there anymore. His lyrics are terrible. He's reusing lyrics that he has already said. He's using the same songs from the same albums that, like, he's taking songs off the same album, which there should be a variety. Look, Wayne, I wouldn't even care if this thing was only 15 or 10 tracks long, as long as you didn't use the same tracks off of What a Time to Be Alive. I'm pretty sure you used, like, 3/4 of the tracks, to be honest. There's just so much to hate about this project that it's not even worth having. There are definitely a shit ton of stuff to hate about I'm Not a Human Being too, but at least it was worth having because there was some kind of comedic value to it. This isn't even funny. This is just disappointing, Wayne. I cannot believe you actually stooped this low to actually do complete reverb and auto-tune. Haven't you got enough critique from people who have, this is not the way you should be making music? That's what contributed to your downfall. Not only were you just getting sloppy with your work, but there's reverb and auto-tune was not helping you by any means. So I don't mean to directly talk to the artist, but it's just really disappointing in this situation, guys. If you feel like you enjoy this, I don't know. Fuck that shit. I don't know anybody who's going to actually enjoy this. Some of the mainstream hip-hop to this day is bad, but I would pick it over this, and that is literally saying something about people like Fetty Wap and T. Wayne running in the streets free. I know I didn't get very detailed with this, but there really was no need to. It was just more so a rant of why this thing is so terrible and what Wayne used to be and why this just can't be passed as any kind of album. It just isn't passable as a mixtape because it isn't a mixtape. It is literally half-assed bullshit. It's not even half. It's like a quarter-assed bullshit. So, yeah, I'm going to go back and listen to No Ceilings because that shit was dope, and I'm going to go pop in the CD because it was actually worth buying, and fuck this, man. Alright. So, I'm just lost for words. This was terrible. Okay, so, I mean, if you guys, I would not recommend this whatsoever. It's not worth your time by any means. Don't get tricked into downloading it. Don't give him more downloads than he already has to have. I know I fell for that, but technically not, because I just, regardless of whether it was bad or not, I wanted a clear playing of it, because DatPiff, it's kind of a little slow for me. There's a lot of glitching on it, but anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you'd like to like or subscribe, that'd be awesome. I really appreciate it, and till next time, Soulless Reviews.